Wanted to give you a chance to slowly arrive in this space and get some good vibes and good music. You're going to hear me thanking a lot of people today, and I love that song September. And if you all pay careful, close attention to the 90 seconds of fame videos we put up, you'll notice that Ava, who is a creative genius, has taken the first 4 notes of that to introduce the video. So if you're like, why does it sound familiar? That's why. She slowed it down, which is beautiful, a beautiful sentiment. And I appreciate her and the other members of our event team so much. I'm going to spend some time showering them all in praise in our debrief later. But let's get started with our morning. Let's see, let me pull up my notes here. All right. So the question of the day today for you to drop in the chat box, besides your humble brags, again, want to hear if you got in some reps at the gym, got full professor yesterday, everything else in between, let us know. Did your child walk for the first time? First words was SICSS-Howard Mathematica. We want to know that. We want video. But the question is, what's your favorite memory from SICSS-Howard Mathematica? So please drop that in the chat box for us. What's your favorite memory from SICSS-Howard Mathematica? And please, humble brag, let us know what's going on in your life that's good. As a reminder, I realized I jumped in and didn't say what day it was, so we'll go back and record that that later, Ava. But it is day 10. You made it, okay? So I want to remind you to be who you are, and as you are enough. What you have to give and the questions you bring to the table are enough. Take care of your biological, technological, sociological, psychological, spiritual needs. And that isn't just in this 2 weeks, that is going forward. I hope you take that with you. You matter, and your needs are important, and make sure you're taking time for those things. Eat when you need to. You saw me here drinking my Aroma Joe's, my Aroma Joe's strawberry tea. Shout out to Aroma Joe's. Maybe they'll be an official sponsor next year. So eat when you need to, even if on camera. Take care of yourself. Everyone is a student in this space, no matter what your business card says. And I hope you take that with you beyond this space, that, no, we're eternal learners. That's why we're all in this space, right? We love to learn. We love the educational endeavor. So I hope you will continue to step forward and step back and enjoy being a student. It can be daunting when you have been at the forefront or in front of the classroom for so long to take a learning position. And I hope that everyone enjoyed that endeavor this week, taking that learning position. Set your personal intention for today. Start thinking about what your personal intention is for this last day of our institute, this last day. You made it. 12 days. No other SICSS has ever gone 12 days. You made it 2 extra days. Praxis About was 2 extra days. You made it 12 days, okay? So think about what you specifically want to learn today, what you want to take in, what you want to give. We've got presentations today we'll be watching. So I know you're all probably nervous about giving your presentations, but also remember, it's a great opportunity to give each other feedback, to offer resources to each other. And we'll have a lot of friendly faces that you met. Some of our speakers, people from the Howard and Mathematica team, some of the TAs will be joining us to also provide you with those tools you need. So if there's something you need, ask. You're like, I need to debug this. I'm having problems with this. You never know. We have those hangout rooms. Somebody might jump into a hangout room with you and debug your stuff for you. So please don't be shy about the challenges that you had in your endeavor, whether you feel that you found great success this week, or you're stumbling, or you're going to just let the project go. Share that. Our sponsors want to hear the full range of experiences that happened this week, and we want to support you in however things sort of unfolded. So my comments for today, the last comments I get to share with you in this space, are that, and this stems from what I will describe as an unexpected and challenging phone call this morning about a sister friend who has been struggling with cancer. And so this morning, what I was thinking about is that none of us arrive in this space without challenges, without the baggage of what life looks like right now in a pandemic, with with blatant racism and challenges to our Black bodies, without differential economic experiences, teaching experiences, research experiences, academic experiences, because of the color of our skin. None of us arrive. This is not a vacuum. Everybody has been carrying things these 12 days, and I'll say it again. We don't have the luxury of resting on our laurels. But I hope you will truly think about the things that you have accomplished this week. Whether you can add R to your CV as something you've mastered, or whether you know who to call in this group or at Mathematica when you need questions answered at R. I personally believe it's just as powerful to be a resourceful person as it is to have mastered something. If you know who to pick up the phone and call to get that answer in 2 minutes instead of struggling with it for 5 days, I think that's an accomplishment. I spoke to someone earlier this week about, if they had to do it over again, would they have started coding earlier? Would they have studied something else? And what I said is there are people that are starting today. And maybe in starting today at the age and at the place you're in right now, that means you have the ability to step back and learn in great depth some of the things that we offered. Or maybe it means in your maturity, that mentoring a student who is a whiz at R, or recruiting grad students or calling your folks at Mathematica will get you just as far. So I challenge you to remember the things that you have accomplished and know that you can do it your way. You can have it your way, you can do it your way, and think about how you're going to take this skill set and this work and fit it into your life. So I said that raising money is one of my superpowers. Resourcefulness is also a superpower of mine. I may not know how to do it, but if you give me 10 minutes, I can get somebody on the phone who can help. And if, as long as we all continue to be and do that for each other, I think this group is unstoppable. Okay, so not in a vacuum. We appreciate and see you for the things that you have sacrificed to be here this week, and we see you for who you are, and continue to bring yourself to this space. So quick announcements, 90 Seconds of Fame room is going to be open. Calvin, I see you. We need you to head to that room when you finish, because we'd like to get a 90 Seconds of Fame from you. If you haven't done that yet, maybe feeling a little shy about it, ask your cohort mate. It's a lot of fun. I want to remind you that at 10:30, we will open up a private screening room to see the keynote address from Timnit Gebru. So you will be, outside of our event planning team, the first people to see this video. It will not go live until over the weekend. So we will provide an exclusive screening space for that. If you'd like to do that, great. You'll also have the ability to watch it over the weekend. Let's say if your group wants to spend a little bit more time together, but we want to offer you that opportunity to do that in community, to chat with each other, to engage, and to see that. So that will become available at 10:30. I want to remind you that our participant presentations happen today from 12:30 until 4:30. It is our hope and expectation that everyone will be present to the best of their ability for all the presentations, to give each other feedback. Investing all this time in this presentation and then looking around and not seeing your cohort mates there, even though we all know everybody's a little nervous, it does something to you. So please make sure you make time and spend time in our room with your cohort mates as they present. We will actually shut down the majority of the hangout rooms during that time. We'll probably leave a couple open in case you hear some great feedback from someone in the audience and you want to debug or something like that. But let's try our best to have the majority of the people in the room when those presentations are happening. So for people who are using slides, we're going to drop a link to a template in the chat box so that you can use our SICSS-Howard Mathematica branding. Please don't copy the template, don't erase it or write over it. Well, there are directions there, and add your slide deck there, so it's all in one place, just in case there's any challenges with screen sharing. So we want to make sure we have your slide deck just in case. For folks that are still unclear about whether you want to use a slide deck or not, we're going to drop the schedule in the chat box again. There are a couple boxes that are empty about slide decks, so let us know. We have 2 folks who have not signed up yet. I want to tell you that there is love for you here. If you want to present on wherever you are and whatever you did this week, we would love to hear that. And I know our sponsors would love to know the full range of experiences. We're trying to get to 100% participation in presentations, but I think 99 or 98 or even 80 is fine. So no pressure, but we want you to know that there's love and support for you here if you want to present. Our closing plenary speaker, Paul Decker, will be with us at 4:30. From 4:30 to 5 to give closing remarks, and then also do live Q&A. Paul and Mathematica are our financial sponsors for this event, so I would encourage you to come and ask questions, get to know him. He's an economist and has chosen a very innovative and interesting path. I think he'll have a lot to add to our conversations. I suspect he might try and pop in, if not for all, but potentially for some of the presentations today. I know folks from Howard will be there also. So again, a lot of the same friendly faces that you've talked to this week are probably going to pop in and out of the room and hear presentations and give feedback. So we're gonna finish with a survey. So I want to give you 10 minutes to work on that. So we're not going to give you that in the chat box yet, but what we'd like you to do is do a SICSS-Howard Mathematica site specific survey. So this is, sorry, it's not gamified. I'm working on it, sorry. So this data is going to help us to improve SICSS, write our postmortem, and report back to our funders. It'll also deeply help us to think about what we want to do next year. So we're not going to drop that in the chat box yet. We'll give that to you just in a few minutes. We also have a SICSS umbrella survey, which we'll get at the end of the day. So we don't want you to do survey overload. So we're going to start with our site-specific one, and we'll give you the other one later. We're also going to drop that Gender Avenger app I was trying to find. So if you want to report white manners, or just manners, we'll drop that in the chat box for you. I sent that to Taylor and Tina yesterday. I found the one I was actually looking for you. It was written up in Fortune. I also want to remind you that SICSS-Howard Mathematica has gotten permission from all of you to use your image on our website and in our social media. And I want to remind you, if you decide to use stuff that we have produced, to make sure that you get the permission of the people in them. So, you know, we have gotten your permission and we are going to be very thoughtful about our use of your image and things like that. So if you want to use those pictures or something for some other reason, please make sure you reach out to the individuals in those images. I would also ask, as the author of all of the materials that have been created at this site, and also the approach and innovations at this site, if you want to use stuff from the site, I would also ask that you reach out and ask to me. We all know that like 5 minutes after we create stuff, somebody else slaps their name on it and changes it slightly. So I would request that if you decide to use stuff from here, let a sister know so she can update it on her CV, or invite me out to give a little talk about something. You know, let's continue to support each other. All right, there are still TA office hours. So we're going to drop that in the chat box also, so you can reach out and see TAs if you need some last minute help. We also, let's see, okay. I also want to remind everybody giving presentations, don't forget to add your presentation to your CV. I would do that before you even do the presentation. It's in the books, all right? You did this institute, add a line for that. You add a line for your presentation, and when you get funding, snaps, when you get funding, okay, add the funding to it. That's 3 lines on your CV. Add 3 lines to your CV. And for those of you who just finished your first year, start your CV, okay? Every time you add something, make sure you put it on there. I sometimes just add little comment bubbles and go, add this later, so I don't forget. All right, so let's do our keep, start, stop really quickly, and then we'll get you the survey and review the schedule. All right, so I don't know if anyone's screen sharing yet, but I am pulling it up in front of me. We'll do the keep, start, stop. There it is. Thank you, Amber. So I appreciate whoever it was that arrived at like 9:08 this morning and added stuff to our keep, start, stop. I told y'all the dream and I wanted to see that, and I appreciate it. This is our last keep, start, stop. You'll be able to give us feedback and ideas in our survey also, okay? Add 3 lines to your CV. I said it, add 3 lines to your CV. There you go, okay. All right, so keep positive energy in everything. Yes, 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 yes. We will keep that up today. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. We'll look for excuses to play music today too, if we can do it. All right, start. And again, thank you for the person who logged in at like 9:08 this morning. We have lots of things to start, lots of ideas for the future. And please note, if you have recommended something that we don't pick up, we will support you in doing it. So this is a community. I think a lot of the other SICSS communities start to retract a little bit at the close of this. I am very dedicated to keeping our community moving. So I love some of these ideas. So winding down for the weekend, that was the music this morning. Finding funding for some of our participants to create their own websites, important for scholars, which might not be possible for some due to economic issues. So I'm going to throw out there, and I don't know if this is the case at every university, but for graduate students and faculty at a lot of universities, they provide hosting space for you for your website. So I would encourage you to talk to each other about things that are, if you're new to your program, or maybe you're switching universities, I don't know if that's possible, but something to consider. I'm happy to talk to you about that. I don't know if you're thinking about resources for someone building the site for you, but a lot of us out there build and maintain our own sites. So whoever this was, I'm happy to talk to you, but I bet you there's resources at your university for that. Finding Mathematica TA mentors who we can reach out to about projects after tomorrow. Yes, I love that idea. We're going to include that in our postmortem, and we will talk to our funders about that. Great thing. I'm glad someone else thought of that besides me. All right. Funding to let multiple collaborators since we have different sources. Funding to let multiple collaborations. Okay, gotcha. So you're thinking about the possibility of greater funding beyond this for other areas of your career. Something for us to think about. We'll include that. I will note, in addition to funding from us, a lot of universities provide funding for things like collaboration also. So it's also good once you've gotten funding, write this down. Once you've gotten funding, it's easier to get funding. Sometimes you just need someone to say, look, this person should be funded. And then that helps you with NSF, with Ford, with stuff at your own school. So spread out the love. You want to have as many people as possible supporting you and know about you. Okay. So again, one of my superpowers, happy to talk to someone about that. Identifying a conference or event that can act as a platform or occasion for all of us to meet every year, potentially making the equity space in computational social science. So in sociology, where our two founders are from, I know they've tried to get momentum on doing that. I'm not sure if it's happened yet, but excited to talk about how this might grow in multiple spaces since we're interdisciplinary. Excited about that. Or maybe there's a need to create something for just the SICSS community. Open to that also. A happy hour a week or 2 weeks from now to reflect and check in on how everything is doing. If there's any support that can be provided to the participants to let them impact computational social science in their own regions, pockets of research, sometimes a little time to reflect can help digest everything that happens over the last 2 weeks. Love this, great idea. Whoever recommended it, reach out, let's organize it. Happy to help. We've got this space. I'm happy to make it available, or for us to do something else. Would love to work with someone on that. And we actually ask you in our survey about some ideas and such like this. So please keep them coming, and send a puppy to everyone. If I get requests for puppies, I can ask for a puppy budget from Mathematica. So please ask. Okay, stop, nothing, can't stop, won't stop. Anything else? This last day will be bittersweet. Thanks for everything. Shout out to the organizing team. Yes, Amanda, Amber, Ava, Christina, and also Maddie. Shout out to Net. Thank you for bringing yourself. Learned a lot of leadership practices from her. Thank you. I'm here because I love Black people, and I love spaces where we can be unapologetically ourselves. And I hope that you all got a little bit of that love for me during this experience. All right, so we're going to very briefly review the schedule, and then we're going to drop the survey in the chat box right now. It should take about 10 minutes. It is an anonymous survey. We would love to hear what you think of everything, from our innovations to the general things that SICSS offers. So I'm very proud that this survey, the lead on the survey was taken by Christina, who is an undergrad in my research lab. This is our first time doing a full survey, and I helped her along the way. So we do appreciate if you see critical things that you'd like to give feedback at the bottom too. I will pass those on, but please, to the best of your ability, just do the survey. So it should take you about 10 minutes. And I'm going to go over the schedule really quickly, and then we'll leave you to do that. We will open the rooms for you to head to, including the room to watch Tim Neat's presentation in just a few minutes. but we would like you to spend your time right now getting that survey done. So the schedule for today is logistics, 10 to 10:30. 10:30 to 12 is Tim Neat's 2021 SICSS-Howard Mathematica keynote address, again, exclusively provided to all of you. It will not be posted to the general public until Sunday. It's about an hour and a half. Actually, I think it might be an hour and 35 minutes. We may adjust the break slightly to accommodate that if folks are still in the room, but I think we should be able to start right on the hour, right on the half hour rather. 12:30 to 4:30 is our group presentations. If you have not added yourself to the group presentations and would still like to do that, please do that. So just to give folks a heads up, right now we only know of one presentation that cannot be moved because I believe one of our groups is meeting with the source of their data, which I think is Yale Medical School. So we have a hard hold on theirs, but we may move some of the other ones around to alternate groups and individuals. So if for some reason yours cannot be moved, please go into the survey, into the document, which we'll drop in the chat box, and make yours red and write similar words to Erica's and Elaine's as is if you cannot be moved. But we're going to really try to make sure that we alternate individual and groups. And right now, I think all the individuals are at the bottom. So we want to mix it up a little bit. So then after that, we'll have our closing plenary address and Q&A with Paul Decker. He, of course, will also be with us a little bit earlier and we'll be watching the presentations. Then we'll take a break and then we, as a community, will close this out. So our fantastic hosts will close out our activities for the day, but we will take a break and we as a community will take a moment. And I know it's a long day, but I'm hoping you'll stay with us to 5:45 because we'd like to take a group picture as well. We as a community will close out this experience as the first SICSS at a historically Black university, the first SICSS that has gone 12 days. You know, we had to be a little extra, 2 extra days, and to celebrate your accomplishments and thank all the people that have been involved in this. So I hope you'll stay with us to 5:45. Okay, so please get to that survey. And we're going to open up rooms. So please, if you're interested in watching Tim Neat's lecture, please head to the room that says, I think it says screening room. Head to the screening room. But either way, please, pretty please with cream on top and strawberries and puppies, please do that survey. It should take you about 10 minutes. Do that first. All right, and we're going to end with some inspiration. Calvin's with us. Calvin from Howard is going to be our last inspirational speaker on the last day. No pressure, my brother. Go ahead.
No, man, this is truly a treat. Now, I actually want to start. You know, this is a privilege to actually witness Nanette work, right? And so I know that this was not a part of it. And actually, I know I'm unorthodox, but if you guys wouldn't mind, whoever wouldn't mind just taking it off of putting your camera on, I'd love to see whoever is available. But I just wanted to take a moment to thank Nanette, right? The reality is that these programs only are as positive and transformational as their leaders. And I got a chance to play a very small role in setting this up from a Howard side, but the reality is that Nanette is our leader, right? And I want to embrace that, and I want to recognize her. This has her fingerprints all over it, right? The reality is that I share with many of you, I'm a doctoral student, right? I'm following in many of your footsteps. I get a lot of inspiration and excitement from even hearing about some of the things that you guys are doing. And when Nanette and I initially connected on this, the goal was to really create an environment that had never existed before, not only in this SICSS space, but really in this entire data science world. And I don't say that lightly, right? I remember being a fly on the wall when Nanette and Akira, right, 2 Black women who are in data science, met, and I saw their faces, and I felt the warmness of their connection, and I realized in that moment that there is a real need for a safe space for us to connect, right? For a space for us to be whole, for a space for us to show up if needed in our bonnets and our do-rags, right? And whatever it means to show up as your full self. And so what I've been able to experience in these few moments of being connected with you guys is that we were able to do that, right? And a great deal of it is not based on what Howard University has laid out or what the SICSS program is in and of itself, but it's based on what Nanette brings to this. We talked about inferiority complex. We talked about the, you know, the feeling of inadequacy that so many of us feel in the classroom, the intimidation, and even joining a SICSS and availing yourself to this this complex stuff. And so to experience this, and I'm an emotional person, so allow me to, you know, express myself, but to experience this space, it's important. It's an important space that we created. And I'm so excited to have done this with you guys, to have been a small part of it, to have seen the space that Nanette has been able to create for us, and ultimately to be able to experience this with you guys. I do believe that I think that we're onto something here, right? And I think that you guys are needed. Your voice is needed, your work is needed, and you showing up fully in every space that you get a chance to operate in is needed, right? Me being a big, strong Black man and being able to show up as an emotional person with you guys, and to be a full person in front of you guys is needed. And so I appreciate you guys so much for participating in this. I appreciate you guys for giving your all to this. I'm so excited for what this is going to become. This is the beginning, right? This is the beautiful beginning of something that's going to change the world. And so thank you guys. Thank you, Nanette. Thank you guys as the scholars, as the future leaders, and continue to push us, right? Push us, continue to stay connected with us. Make sure that this is as transformational as it feels to me right now. This really feels like we're on to something, and you guys have laid us a foundation to change the world. So thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for providing me the opportunity to play a small part of it and get out there and change the world, right? You guys got some major work to do, and SICSS is only going to be a small part of it. Thank you guys.
You got me over here crying too, Calvin. Thank you so much. If you all have not watched the beautiful video of Calvin talking about his path, please go back and take a look at Praxis to Power. There's a link there. He is he's very modest and an exceptional leader at Howard and within our Black community. And I'm so excited to know him, to call him a friend, and to see how his career unfolds. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to be in a PhD program in sociology and know that he's a colleague also. All right, our rooms are open. Please go ahead and head to them. Take that survey. Take it. Drop the survey in the chat box again. I will chase y'all down. I'm going to announce at lunchtime how many people have done surveys. I won't know who because it's you know, it's anonymous, but I'll yell at you. So please do some surveys so we can keep doing great stuff like this. Head to the screening room if you want to watch the screening. Calvin, head to the 90 Seconds of Fame. I haven't forgot about that. Head to the 90 Seconds of Fame room. And if you have questions, let us know, but otherwise go ahead and head to the screening room, or if you need to gather with your group, go ahead and head to one of the hangout rooms. Yes, the question is, do you intend to go? Ha ha ha, check the wording. Yes, it includes a section about something you haven't gone to yet, but the wording is such that you're letting us know if you plan to go.
Nanette, I'm going to go to the 90 Seconds of Fame, but can you tell me a little bit more about, remind me of the background on 90 Seconds of Fame?
Yeah, it's just that you have 3 questions, and it's just like what excites you about SICSS. You can also choose your own. You can choose your own adventure if you'd like. So it's for our social media. It's just 90 seconds for us to use. And if you want some more time on that, we can also give you more time. Up to you.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I bet you guys, again, every time you get me, I bet you don't know you're in store for all of this, right? But I
Oh,
appreciate.
Calvin, and I mean this with I say this with my full chest. I love what this is. I do. I appreciate you so much, and thank you for coming into this space with authenticity. Thank you.
I appreciate you. I mean, this is a heck of an experience, seriously. Just even, experiencing the first minutes of the day with you. So you were able to create it. You were able to create it. I know the students feel it, and it's meaningful. So thank you for all that
Thank
you
you,
do.
Calvin. Thank you.
All right, let me go get my face ready, and then I'll go do this 90.
Okay, Benjamin, I see you there too. I think you need to be in 90 seconds of fame also, Benjamin. I see you there, Benjamin.
Yeah.
You want to head there too, please?
Yes, I will right now.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you all for watching. For more information on SICSS-Howard Mathematica, visit our website, follow us on social media, and join our email list.